I can't say that. Jeff is hot. Jen Lee. Jeffrey. Jeffrey's a good looking guy. Jeffrey's big as hell. You know what? All these cast members that get all this hate, Lisa Lisa is a nice human. Like, Lisa does things for people that other cast members won't even do. It's just what you guys see. It's what I mean. And like, oh, there you go, Geoffrey. Let's go. How do I request Jeff? All right, guy. Jeff's on his way. Let's go. Geoffrey, what's up, big man?
How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Thank you. How are you? How's the weather over there?
It's rainy. It's wet. It's a lot of stuff. I just got done working out.
Yeah, it just
I don't usually.
the clouds just opened up over here in Connecticut. It's nice. Last night, a couple weeks ago when I messaged you, I was like, oh my God, I felt for you. Last night, first of all, the first thing that I thought about when Varya was like, Mary, I mean, she was like, move, bitch. I thought about Ludacris. Move, bitch. Get out, because then you see all the memes coming on. But then
What's your?
when you went to the bar or whatever that was, and she walked back in, I was like, I face palmed for you. I was like, oh my gosh, this poor
It was.
guy.
It was so messed up. You know what's funny is that I did like when Vari came to the house, I had a little smile on my face, and that was because I was just so uncomfortable. I was like, how
Yeah,
can I, how can I break this apart? What can I
yeah,
do with this? How can I
yeah,
do that? But
yeah.
and then on top of that, Varya was saying like, "Move, bitch, get out the way," and I'm
Yeah,
so she learned her English by watching TV, listening to the radio, stuff like
yeah,
that. So
yeah.
she used a lot of those excerpts, and another thing that they didn't show, which was really funny, is that she says to Mary, they were fighting, arguing, whatever. You always acting like a virgin. Always acting like a virgin. This is you acting like a virgin. And so I'm like, Mary's like,
Yeah, yeah,
Mary's like, I'm not a virgin. What are you talking about?
yeah.
And then, uh, and then everybody's sitting there like, what is? And Varya said it so many times, and nobody realized what it was until after the scene had ended. Whatever, and finally the producer's like, "What do you mean she's acting like a virgin?" She goes,
Uh-huh.
a virgin. And the
Yeah.
producer's like, "You mean a victim?" Yeah. What's a virgin? And we're like, "Oh my gosh."
Oh man. And then when Mary went back in to get her flowers, I was like, I looked at my girl, I was like, oh, she had to do that. She had to rub the flowers in Varya's face. Like, not only was I in his house, he bought me these flowers, girl.
She
Yeah.
went and got also, so she went and got the flowers, but she also went and got some pictures that we had. Like there were some pictures of her and I together and stuff like that. She went and got those as well. So she
Yeah.
yanks. I came in here and stuff was off my refrigerator to the floor, and I'm like, well. And Paxton's in the background
Yeah, I
going,
saw. I was just about to ask that. He's in the background with his hands. Like, all
yeah.
right. What would
And of
I
course,
don't know. I don't know if you could say, but what was he? Did he say anything to you like that? What the fuck?
I think maybe that'll come, but what I did say, is like, well, me Paxton, or whatever I said. Well, this is Paxton.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
it was messed up. A lot of okay. Somebody said scene. Yeah, these are called scenes. Anytime you see something on the TV like that, they're scenes. So scene doesn't mean anything other than that moment. In that moment, this is what happened in the scene that you have on the TV. So you saw a scene in that little situation.
yeah.
And then
And
people are giving me hell, be saying I didn't. How dare you not stick up for Mary? How dare you not stick up for Mary? Like I've got enough accusations out there. The last thing I need to do is say
yeah,
something rude. But
any male figure. I mean, any male would have been sitting there like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, what can you? I don't know.
well, on top of that, I did. I was like, it's not Mary's fault. It's not Mary's. I think they showed that 3 times. Me saying that 3 times, and so that is basically defending Mary. Like layoff, and that's when I said, I'm not joking right now. You know, I told Varya, I'm not joking right now. Quit. You don't need to be mad at her. So I
Yeah,
did
yeah,
defend her as much as I could do, you know, besides picking her up and putting her over here. I mean, you can only do so much, you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
I gotta say, I you right now, like Lisa, I love Lisa. Lisa's my heart. But right now, I only watch your scenes on 90 Day Fiance. Everybody else's ad is on. I'm just like doing my own thing. But when you and Varya come on, it's
mine's still
it's the most entertaining.
mine's
You
still
know?
hot right now. So mine is mine is yet to conclude. Let's put it that way. Everybody else is like moping around, you know, except for Lisa and stuff. They're apparently having a wedding or whatnot or whatever's going on. But you
Yeah,
know, everybody else, Ed's, you know, picking his nose and whatever else and whining about what's happened, and then you have, you know, the other situation. They still poor Williams. You can't find him. And then David's got his Lana. Hopefully, he's going to propose to her. Maybe they'll have a wedding or something. I don't know. But it was it's just it's funny.
yeah,
it's a
David.
I can look on it. I can look back on it now and laugh, you know, because it's, you know, hindsight's a lot better that. But you know, in that moment, I'm just like, oh,
Yeah,
like what do I do?
I said to my girlfriend, I was like, you know what? I said, because we got two boys, and I was like, I don't think I want a girl. And she was like, why? I was like, because if she's 20 years old and brings home a 50-year-old male, there's gonna be serious fucking issues. I said to her.
Well, there's not going to be issues. That 50-year-old male won't be leaving. You know, so
Yeah,
that's what's going to happen.
I'll be making my fungals again. Fuck that.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's funny.
Let me read. Ask some questions. See if somebody's. All right. Yeah, I'm at the beach. Let me see if anybody has any questions for you, and then we can let you go.
What's the temperature?
It's 72. It was cold, but then the sun
Yeah,
opened up.
yeah.
Anybody have any? He can't answer that, Jenna. Do you? He doesn't speak about that, guys. The titty
Still
tattoos.
have my titty tattoos. They're still there. Yes.
Oh shit. Who did you choose? He can't say that, guys.
I didn't choose anyone.
Jen Lee was waiting for you the whole time of my life.
Maybe they both left me. Maybe I said,
Yeah. I'm dying to know who you ended up with. All right, guys, let's get some. Oh, I got some questions right here.
here's a funny one.
Somebody said I'm on my way to your house for your
Are
information.
married. Maybe divorced first.
81 in Toronto. No, but this season I had Ashley's season to me was the best season, but this season right here, it's giving it a run for its money. It definitely is. It definitely is. And you got to get onto something after this. Bachelor, if you're from Wild,
I'm gonna
no,
get on.
maybe The Bachelor, you know?
I've got too much baggage to be on The Bachelor.
Yeah, supposedly I got too much baggage to be a booking agent too, so I didn't know, you know?
We're not allowed. We're supposed to quit our lives when
Yeah,
we've
yeah,
done stuff. You know, lives end. All right.
yeah.
My marriage
Why?
failed, so I can quit.
Will Morris said, why go back and start dating Mary right after the proposal and getting to the U.S.? It wasn't right after, right?
People don't fail to realize is that this is 3 months later. 3 months later, you know. So that 3 months later, that was the first time that I took Mary on a date and we talked about romance. That next day, you know, Varya showed up. So this is 3 months later. Like, how long am I supposed to be mourning over somebody saying, "Hey, I'm not doing it," and then I was like, "I'm gone. I'm done. I'm doing my thing. Good luck to you." 3 months later,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
So this is people get all upset. How dare you go home and be with somebody else? What do I do? Wear black the rest of my life and, you
yeah,
know, wear
yeah,
a hood
yeah. You
over my
gotta move on.
face?
You have to
Yeah,
move on. Yeah.
exactly.
I mean,
It's
sometimes people take quicker than others. Some, you know, where,
it's
who,
like
and who is it?
this
Huh?
is just like this is like me started dating. You know, this is dating. This is like, you know, we may see where this goes. See what happens. I can start dating. It's just
Yeah, some
it's silly.
people are saying, oh, wow, 3 months later, I'm no longer mad at you. Oh, wow, show up 3 months later. But you guys got to understand, Vari, I mean, she was fighting for what she wanted. You guys can't judge her on that.
She's
I
willing to
feel like
start.
that. Huh?
Yeah, I said she wanted a war, so if somebody wanted a war, she's gonna start it. There's a
Yeah.
cool on my stories. There's one that somebody posted where she's on a tank coming in. It's really hilarious.
Yo, the memes that they come up with are insane sometimes. Like they're crazy. These people, they like a snap. They're fast.
I love it. I enjoy it. Even the ones that are mean towards me, I'll still share it. I might say something smart on it, but I'll still share it. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Who's better in bed, Varya or Mary?
You
I'm
answer?
not even. I'm not even gonna comment on that one.
Oh shit. Oh, that would have been a good comment. You didn't fight for Varya. 3 months later is nothing. If you propose to someone now, not now doesn't mean no. But
Was not on my time limit. Not now was no to me because that's the answer. You know, we were on a time crunch. I would came to Russia. I can't just go to Russia again and say, hey, let's go out to the bar. We'll meet up. We'll have some drink. It's not like I can do that here like I can do in my own town. Meet up with somebody. If Mary said not yet and I had asked her to marry me, I'd be like, all right, cool. Let's meet up tomorrow. We'll have a good time, whatever. But it's not like that when somebody's 30 hours across the other side of the world.
It's just like what Avery said when she was leaving Ash. She was like, now, like, it's good. Like, I can't reach over and hold his hand. I can't, like, I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know. I couldn't do it.
And then here's a stupid question. Why didn't I just block her after 3 months? I didn't dislike Varya. Like, I didn't hate her. Why would I block her? Like, there's no
Yeah.
reason for me to do something like that. I would just lightly ghosting her, and then eventually maybe I'd reach out as a friend and be like, how are things going? How's your love life? You met some, whatever, that kind of thing. But there was no reason for me to block her at all,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people
So,
people want me to do something, some sort of action, take it against Varya for leaving her. But when I left, I made it clear. When I left Russia, I made it clear. I am done. I will not be seeing you again. It was clear
So somebody said Denise.Ange. Oh, shut up, people! I broke my engagement ring and had a date the next week. That's life. Exactly.
I would have pawned it if I were you, Denise. you don't break it.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Why don't? Oh, I'm not gonna.
Vacationing. She's like, what's so funny about that situation is that she got out of that van, she pulled her luggage with her, and rang my doorbell. Like,
Yeah.
it's like,
yeah, and she didn't even book a hotel she only booked it for that one day. Like,
ballsy. That is like major ballsy. I don't think I could ever do something like that. It's like, hey, I'm staying with you for 2 weeks. What?
Wait, did you hear that Big Ed wants to fight you? Have you heard that?
I think people say that on everybody's live.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Big Ed would never say he wanted to fight me.
All right, this was a good question from Andre324. Geoffrey, what have you learned about yourself through this whole 90-day experience?
What I've learned about myself is that I didn't know that I could handle as much as I'd handle. At first it started breaking me and started eating me up, all the stuff that people say, and you want to just shake him and say, what is wrong with you? How can you believe this nonsense? It doesn't make any sense. And then you just realize that these people are just out for clout, out for just being an asshole, and it doesn't matter. So I've realized patience and understanding, but I've also noticed that there's a lot of love. There's so much more love out there than the hate.
Yes.
It helps me deal with it so much more. And then there's a lot of, I say fans, but I don't even call them fans. I'm just some normal guy that works out and has a motorcycle and dated some girl in Russia. But it's just that, you have these people out there that really support you and believe in you, and that just makes me so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm not gonna say what cast member, but when I was getting a lot of I'm not even on the show. I just try to book you guys for things, and I get so much hate. And one of the cast members was like, listen, I went into deep depression. She was like, just zone them out. Don't like, just pay them no mind, because when you stop talking about them, they'll stop eventually.
I told Lisa, don't promote this stupid Amber bitch. Don't promote her, because all she did is get her followers. And it's hard sometimes because you want to just, be mean back to them, and you think you're being mean back to them, but your haters get on board with them, and then they exponentially make that hater better at being a hater. So it's just,
and
Yeah.
Yeah, and all the hate that I get is from Amber's cult. But that's it. I don't want to talk about that lady.
And that's why I also, it's like these people say all these mean things, and my personality, I don't know why it's doing that about the audio, but my personality is one that's like, no, there's a truth. I want you to believe the truth. I want you to know the truth. And so that's why I made that video of my son, because there's a whole truth out there that people don't realize and understand, and they're believing what these stupid tabloids, these dumb bloggers, and these idiot YouTubers are saying, and it's dumb.
Yeah,
I want people to be smarter.
it's so sad because I'm not going to mention the blogger's name, but this blogger was putting one of the casts on blast and was like, "Oh, I wasn't going to pay to have this person on the show, blah blah blah." But you're in my email saying you were going to pay. So all these other people go on there and you don't pay them, but you were going to pay this one. So they're just so petty. They're petty,
and they want to push an agenda like I'm 5'5" supposedly. Like if people watch the show, like somebody called me some person I don't care much for today. I went back and forth a little bit, but they're calling me a short man syndrome or something. Varya's 5'6". So if I'm looking down at Varya, I have to be taller than 5'5", So it's just dumbest stuff that people say that they don't realize that you can figure it. Like we're in a car. My head's, this far from the roof, and Varya's down here, this far from the roof. Obviously, she's shorter than me, and if she's taller than 5'5", I must be taller than that. But idiots, just idiots. I just don't know how people can't process this stuff and try to really weed through use their mind and weed through what's right and what's wrong based on context clues, like random context clues.
Yeah.
And if I was such a violent person, I wouldn't have been standing there like this with a smile on my face. Like, what do I do?
Yeah. But people love Big Ed. That blows my mind. Blows my mind.
Is attractive, whereas I just don't. I think it just is what it is, and I think they're in love with him because he's like he's a special person, So there's more to it than that.
Bully Tank 252 said, "Do you regret doing the show now?"
I actually, that's the opposite of regret. I can't think of the word right now. The opposite of regret doing the show, because I enjoyed it because it opened me up. It made it to where I didn't have to deny or hide from my prison. I didn't have to hide stuff anymore, and that's what I had done all my life. Geoffrey, did you go to prison? No, I didn't go to prison. What do you mean? So now I'm like, hell yeah, I went to prison. And I'll tell you what I learned in prison, this, and this, and this. I accept it, and really it's about accepting me for who I am, and that's what I did. Yeah. And I feel so much better being able to do that and get that weight off my shoulders. I mean, if I would have kept at it, I would have eventually been bald, I still got my hair.
I don't, but
I also read that I wear a bad toupee.
It's so crazy.
It's just the funniest stuff people say. But yeah, I feel like a bigger person now that I accept things, not because of what I went through, but because I accepted what I went through and own it and take it on as mine and say, yes, I did this. Yes, I said this. If I ever, the whole woman thing, if I ever hit a damn woman, I'd say, yeah, I did, and I made a mistake, and I did blah, blah, blah. But I didn't, and I'm not going to say that. It's never going to come out of my mouth.
Yeah.
There's actually a story out right now that somebody sent to me that said I abused Varya. She had bruises on her or something like that. It's just these dumb people.
Yeah, it's sad. It's really sad.
Wanting these clicks, and people don't understand that all they want is you to click on their shit and read it because they get money every time you do it.
Yeah.
So,
somebody just said I'm a big Lisa fan. Listen, if I work with some of them, and it's not that I'm a Lisa fan. It's not like I'm a Geoffrey fan. I'm a Tom fan. I'm gonna have any of their backs before, and I'm never gonna trash them. So it's not that I'm a huge fan. Lisa's a nice woman.
Learn that.
I get so mad when people talk shit about Lisa, because you know what? Would you want people to talk shit about your mother?
Yeah.
Lisa's old enough to be your mother, guys. It's half of you.
there's a saying in prison that your word is your bond, and that is all you have. So when like everything I put out there, like that video went through a major editing process because there were some things on there. Just one little, there was an S on there on something that we had to redo it because I didn't want it to sound like I lied or exaggerated. I wanted my video to be exactly perfect. So everything that I say is truth. My word is my bond. It is truth.
Yeah.
And so everything that you're going to see, everything that I'm saying is 100% true.
Yeah. Prison. Like 2 to 3 times a year I speak at the high school because I was bad as hell when I was young, and I go back to the same high school and I work with some of the kids who are going through trouble, and because I've been out of trouble since 2010, and it makes me still feel so much better that when I leave there, if I didn't get into one person's head, if I could get into one person's head out of 20 people, I did my job going there. And prison probably did the same for you. It built me to the guy I am today. Like, I'm an amazing father because I paid the price for what I've done. And it changed my life. And I'm
True.
where I am today because I fucked up and I did my time, and if I didn't do my time, I would have been dead, or I would have been in prison for a much longer time.
Two options in prison, and that is to be worse or to make yourself better. You go to prison, I'll tell you what you learn in prison. The number one thing you learn in prison is how to become a better criminal. I'm telling you, you've got
Yeah,
all these people, you've got all this stuff, you've got the ability, you making new connections, you have all this stuff, and
yeah,
you can become a better criminal. And
yeah, yeah.
and
You can.
I thought about it. Like that's
Yeah,
I made major connections in there. Like shit, when I get out, I can get major volume. I can
yeah,
get this. I can get killers. I can do all this stuff. Hitman, whatever.
yeah.
But there was a moment in there. It was actually happened at one of my prison stories. A moment in there. I'm planning a future when I'm here because of that future that the past that I'm planning the future for. I'm here because of that. So I've lost out on my life because I made those same decisions that I'm apparently trying to make now. So that's when I was
Yeah,
like, man, I'm done. So I
yeah,
taught there. I taught school in prison. I got multiple people their GEDs for high school. I did a real estate class. Cabinetry workshop, all this stuff that I learned, and I helped other people. Like when
yeah,
people were wanting to kill themselves, I'm like, no.
yeah,
This shit will end. It will
yeah,
end.
yes.
I was the same person you see now. I was just, I was vocal. I was giddy. I was whatever, and it was such a horrible negative time, but I'd always try to find the positivity in it. And I'd always try to
Always.
turn that around.
You
And
know, I.
people ate
Yeah,
it up, man. They ate it up.
yeah, yeah,
And I was everybody's friend. Like, no, like I had one instance where this big dude was like, man, I'm gonna take that boy. He's gonna be mine. I'm gonna whatever. And I didn't know anything about it. And I told like I was the Muslims like my cellie was the imam of the whole Muslim population, and so which is the top echelon of the Muslims in the prison, whatever. So he told me like, hey, his name's Pitbull. Pitbull's talking about he's gonna rape you. He's gonna do this and stuff. I'm like. I'm getting my
You're
knife. I'm like, I'll do it. Whatever. And he's like, no, don't do anything, nothing.
yeah,
And so I said, okay. And so he went. The next day, I'm in the workout. I call it the gym, but it's a workout arena or whatever you want to call it. I'm in there working out, and I'm doing legs, doing squats, whatever. And he comes up, and he's like, he won't look me in the eyes. He says, when you do those squats, just make sure your knees don't go over your toes. And I was like, okay. And so I was like, well, that was weird. And so Roderick Van Zant was his name, but he told me, he's like, we had a talk with Pitbull. I said, oh, did you? He goes, he got like 10 Muslims and they surrounded him and they said like, if you even think, if Geoffrey's name comes out of your mouth, you will not be coming out of here alive.
yeah,
And dude was like, yes, sir.
yeah.
And so
The Muslims
never.
are well respected in prisons.
They are. They
Yeah,
are.
yeah, yeah.
And
And you know what? A lot of them are the nicest people you would meet in there. The Muslims, they're so
anybody,
like they're so positive.
Yeah.
It's yeah. But what What was I gonna say? I saw it, kind of forgot what it was. Yeah, we got to do a prison. I think we should do a prison YouTube. I'll come out to Tennessee and we'll compare. Like, I told my girl, I was like, listen, I think if you opened up a place and you sold like what you would make in prison and like the cakes and the candy, you
Stuff.
probably make good money because the shit is actually fucking good.
I'm looking to see if I have something that was made in prison. I don't over here. It's at the other house, but this beautiful stuff that they found on the yard made this whole cabin with a wagon wheel. Just stuff that they found in the ground. All these little pebbles and seeds and rocks.
Yes.
And huge thing. It was beautiful. But there's
Yeah.
so many smart people in prison that don't know how to use their mind correctly. I was one of them. I was one of the people that
Yeah. Me
used my
too.
mind for wrong. But there's so many other people just like me that are in there that just think differently than what a quote unquote normal person does, and they want to beat the system. Like, I want money. I want money fast. I don't want to have to work a 9 to 5 job, and that's kind of the way
Yeah.
it is. But they're
Yeah.
so intelligent, from artists to sculptors to, I
What
mean,
about the
just
soaps? The people who do the sculptures out of the soap. Like somebody made me a one of Shea Stadium. It was like, it's crazy. Yeah, even yeah, they're just in the way they weld. Did you see how they weld with the adapters?
yeah,
It's
absolutely. You talk
insane.
about it is, and they like I wrote a bunch of stuff in prison. Like I was going to write a book when I got out about 101 ways or 1,001 ways to survive in prison. It's about all the stuff that they do, all the engineering crap that they do, like how to light a cigarette off of an electrical outlet. They put two pieces things together, pop it, and light a cigarette off of that. Just the craziest stuff that they
Yeah,
come
yeah.
up with
You
that you
put
would
the
never think.
two pieces of
Yeah,
lead inside, and yeah.
I mean, just
Yeah.
craziness. But it's really neat. It's really fun. Fun looking back on it now. It wasn't fun while I was there. They'd always tell me, like, I had a calendar on my door, on my locker door, and every time a day starts, I put a slash through it, and every time a day ended, I put another slash through the other way, so I X'd out the day. And everybody would come up like, stop doing that. Your time is going to go so slow. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't. I was like, this is what I do. I'm surviving this way. And, I continued. So I have my calendars where I have all my days X'd out throughout my whole, system. I take these calendars with me, and, I survived. And my last day, I never forget. I was like, I'm out of here. It was
A
great.
lot of people saying no more prison talk. Who cares? These people are nuts.
Who cares what you learn in prison? The thing about it is you learn to be a better person if you're not a bad person there, Patsy. You learn to be a better person, and you help people. The ability. I am who I am because of that. So if you like me, I'm because of that. If you don't like
Well,
me,
nobody's asking any good enough questions for me to ask Geoffrey. So
yeah. If you like Mary, really cares about you, why would you not pick her? She likes you for you. Um, who knows? The show's not over yet, peeps.
yeah.
So I can't tell you who I picked or who I didn't pick. Uh, Go to Rockers and tell your story then. I'm
Oh,
good.
yeah. Just let's see. I got some questions in my thing. Varya kept saying she did try to contact you before she came. Do you feel the attempts were serious?
Varya never said I am coming or hey, I got my visa, any of that stuff. So she wasn't even applied for a visa yet. She applied for a visa once I left. And so that was like a 3 month, that was what took so long for her to come out, I guess. But
Yeah.
I didn't pay her messages no mind. It was like me, saying, hey, how's your day? How's it going? What's going on today? Stuff like that. And I'm just like, smiley face or not even answer at all, days without even saying anything. But she did message. I just didn't, I thought I was lightly ghosting her. That's what I was doing, peeps.
Yeah. So you work out every day?
Yeah, 2 days off a week. But yeah.
2 days off a week? I always, I always like, damn, I want to work out. I just don't have it in me. It just don't. I don't have it.
It's like a life change. And
Yeah.
you have to make it where your mind will not accept the fact that you won't go work out. So your mind, it's like you've got to do it. I've got to go work out. I feel like
Yeah.
when I don't work out, I lose
You become
mass like that
addicted
quick.
to it, right?
You
Yeah.
do, yeah. And so people think I'm on drugs or whatever. My drug is working out, people.
This is a good question from Jeanette Talise. I don't know the last name. Thanks for your talk about prison. What are your goals about 90 Day Fiance? What do you think your life is meant to be? Let's talk about your future. What's your future hold?
I really don't know. I'm gonna take. I'm
Holding the
gonna do
crystal
what I.
ball.
Yeah, I'm gonna do what I can with this. I'm gonna take it to every level. I want if it's me speaking out about things, if it's me uh, promoting things, if it's me, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've acted in the past. Maybe I'd like to check that out. Do some acting, more acting. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll let you go. Thank you, Jeff. Have a good one.
I'm glad I finally connected with you.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day.
Hey, you too.
All
Peace
right.
out.
All right.
We'll see you later.